Hey there, it's Kirsten here, and today I want to give you 5 super good hacks that you can start using today if you're somebody who feels like her obsession with her body weight is absolutely affecting her life negatively, the way it did for me. For example, in the past, many of you know the story. I would get up in the morning, I would put on my running gear, I would run, I would then pee, I would take a shower, and then I would get on the scale and always wanted to see if it shows 62 kilograms or less, about 135 pounds or less. And if it did, I was happy. If it didn't show that number, I started engaging in these super unhealthy behaviors. I would run more, I would run even more, I tried to restrict my food, and it was not healthy for me because I was so obsessed with the number. So if you are feeling the same thing, you're gonna find today's hacks super helpful. The first hack is very self-explanatory, and it is get off the scale. I already know that many of you are going to have objections that go like, oh, but I just can't, or there's this voice that tells me that I have to weigh myself, or I'm just not able to, I just have to check my weight. But think about it this way. The voice in your head, it's not a physical person. It's not somebody who's putting the gun on your head and telling you you have to get on the scale. So you have to be strong enough and just not step on that scale, and even put the scale away if you need to. Even give it away or throw it away so that it's not there and you don't have to step on it. I'm going to add a little caveat here. I'm not saying that checking your weight, if you're perfectly healthy physically, mentally, is a bad thing always for everybody. Checking it once in a while. I am talking to those people like me in the past who were completely obsessed with a number and let that number dictate their lives, and who also had an eating disorder or obsessive behaviors around exercise. The second hack is you have to stop engaging in any weight loss conversations, because every time you do engage in these conversations, you're telling your brain that weight loss is important. You have repeated this message to yourself for who knows how many years, and your brain has learned to believe it. Now what your brain has to do is to unlearn it. If you stop engaging in these conversations, you're going to make things so much easier for yourself. Here's an example. Say that at work there are 4 or 5 women who are always talking about weight loss, who are always talking about how to lose more, who are maybe trying the next diet. If you engage in these conversations, maybe add your own 2 cents, or even if you're not saying anything yourself, just being in this environment, listening to other people and their weight loss stories, this can be damaging enough. So you have to stop doing it. As soon as you hear somebody starting a weight loss conversation, you're just going to say that this is not for me. I'm going to step away and I have something better to do with my time. The third thing is that you have to stop making assumptions about people's health and well-being just based on their body weight. It's so easy to make assumptions like she's unhealthy and she should take better care of herself. And these things may be absolutely wrong. We have to understand that people have very different bodies. Their body weights are very different. There's somebody who can be perfectly healthy at BMI 18 and another one whose BMI is 26, but she just looks a little bit bigger, and we just assume that this person must have some issues. By making assumptions like that about other people's bodies, we're again telling our brains that weight loss is better and we should lose weight and lighter is better, although this is not the case. If we tell that weight loss is important, if we assume that somebody is sick because it has a little bit more body weight, we're telling ourselves that we have to get on the scale and make sure that doesn't happen to us. So it's so important to let go of these assumptions. The fourth hack is you have to stop any dieting. And the reason is that most people diet in order to lose weight. If we diet in order to lose weight, we're again telling ourselves that weight is all that matters. Losing weight is important. Again, we're telling our brains that this is the thing we have to be focusing on. If we want our brains to believe that weight loss isn't important and weighing ourselves isn't important, we have to stop dieting. The last tip is that we have to be really careful about who we follow on social media and what kind of information we're taking in through social media. And really, we have to go through the list of people we're following. And if there's anyone who is triggering us, who's talking about weight loss, we have to unfollow these people because it's not healthy for us to follow their content. Again, what we're telling ourselves if we follow somebody who's talking about weight loss all the time is that we're telling ourselves this is important. We have to do it, and I have to check myself. I have to see how much I'm weighing so I'm not getting bigger, I'm not gaining any more weight, while this may actually be what you need. You may have to gain weight. And if you put yourself into this environment where you follow someone's content who's always talking about weight loss, while your goal actually may be gaining weight for an eating disorder or HA recovery, or you just want to get rid of this constant checking because it's draining on your body and in your mind, then you just have to stop following these people. Remember, you have to train your brain differently. You have to stop telling your brain that weight loss is important or knowing your body weight is super important. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe. There is this little red button in the bottom right corner. If there's anything else you would like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments, and also find me on Instagram at Kirsten Kimura, and I will talk to you again. Bye!